Blackstone Audio presents The Obamians, The Struggle Inside the White House to Redefine American Power, by James Mann. This book is read by Mirron Willis. Introduction. Late in the afternoon of Tuesday, March 15, 2011, President Barack Obama gathered with members of his National Security Council in the Situation Room of the White House. In Libya, Colonel Muammar Gaddafi was on the verge of slaughtering the civilians and ragtag opposition forces that had risen up against him. The Obama administration was confronting an urgent decision: whether to send out American warplanes over Libya in an effort to stop him. Over the previous 2 weeks, French President Nicolas Sarkozy and British Prime Minister David Cameron had been imploring Obama to join them in setting up a no-fly zone over Libya, one that would prevent Gaddafi from using planes and helicopters to shoot at defenseless Libyans on the ground. The private messages British and French officials were sending to Washington went further than their polite public statements. They pointed out that Britain and France had been acceding to American requests for help elsewhere in the world. They had sent troops to fight in Afghanistan in the face of considerable domestic opposition. They had joined with the United States in imposing progressively tougher economic sanctions against North Korea and Iran. But Libya was in Europe's own backyard, and the message from America's closest European allies boiled down to this: we need you on this one. The National Security Council session opened with an intelligence briefing. Gaddafi's forces are now advancing rapidly eastward across the country, beating back the opposition. They are now approaching Ajdabia, the last major city before Benghazi, and will probably reach there within a few days. Benghazi is Libya's second-largest city, the home base for opposition to the regime in Tripoli. That had been true in the past, and was certainly true in Gaddafi's Libya. Intelligence officials predicted that Gaddafi, whose army had been rounding up and killing civilians elsewhere, would be at his most brutal in Benghazi. Next, Mike Mullen, the chairman of the Joint Chiefs of Staff, laid out in detail the plans for a no-fly zone. That was what the British and French had asked for, and the March 15 meeting had been called to make a decision on that request. Obama's own cabinet was divided. Defense Secretary Robert Gates had been opposed to military action, while Secretary of State Hillary Clinton had been in favor. But Obama suddenly took the deliberations.
Sample complete. Ready to continue?